Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Just Dudes Being Guys. And we have a special guest today. Our roommate.
I'm not a special guest. I live here. Okay, let's tone it down. And I wasn't ready to start. You didn't even say like 3, 2, 1, start. So I'm a little panicked.
I mean, that's how we usually do this. But
Right.
This is Spencer, everybody. So he's got a very interesting story. 2 weeks ago, we went to a hypnotist show. Now, I bought him these tickets because he's never been hypnotized before, so he wanted to be hypnotized. And turns out I was hypnotized, and I don't remember a single thing that happened that night. So, Spencer, without further ado, let's get into this.
So he didn't even make it sound like how mad I am about this. He bought me these tickets because I wanted to get hypnotized so bad. Because I don't think it's real, but I really want it to be real. And so I volunteer, and I go on stage. And they say I fell asleep for like 10 minutes, but I don't believe it. And then they kick me off stage. And as soon as I walk off stage, I just go to Dylan. I go, damn it! And Dylan's he doesn't even acknowledge me. He's in his office on land. And the guy that's hosting it starts talking about how if you're like asleep, it's getting super hot. And like you start fanning yourself. And I'm sitting there. And next thing I know, I look over at Dylan. And he's fanning himself and like throwing his shirt around because you feel like he's sweating uncontrollably. And then they brought him on stage. But you remember that, right?
I don't remember a single thing that happened after he told us, now close your eyes and clasp your hands together. And he's like, okay, close your eyes and put your hands together. And he starts talking in this hypnotic like language and everything.
It was English.
If that's something you want to say.
The Rosetta Stone.
But he goes, now try and pull your hands apart. And I tried, and my eyes are still closed. And he goes, it's getting harder and harder, isn't it? And I'm literally trying and rip my hands apart, and I can't. And he goes, you can feel your knuckles turning white, and I couldn't pull my hands apart. And all of a sudden, his wife, or girlfriend, whoever, comes up behind me and goes,
It's his wife.
Now pushes on my shoulder and go, now sleep. And that is the last thing I remember for the next 45 minutes or so. And I'm terrified as to what happened. I bought the DVD, and it still hasn't come in yet, so I can see what I did. But I think Spencer's stories will do it better justice.
So I have a list of everything that happened, at least most of it, but I don't remember the order. But I know for a fact what was first. And so they put him on stage, and they sat him next to the hot chick of the group.
Oh, she was smoking.
And so they're sitting there. And he's saying, all right, so now imagine you're on a roller coaster. And so him and this girl are literally just groping each other out of fear of going down this.
What?
You guys were full on, hugging each other. And because he was like, you're going down the hill. And you guys were, thrashing around and grabbing each other.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then...
I touched a girl, Mom.
And then she was like, the person next to you started smelling really good. And you were, getting up in there. Your face was in her chest.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
But then he said there was a bad smell, and he was like, the person next to you farted. And then you guys started getting away from each other because each thought each other was farting really bad.
Alright. So that's not too bad, I guess. But how I was up in her chest?
Nose and boob crack.
Oh damn, I was all up in it.
And then he was and then you guys get an ice cream cone. And it's super big. He was made it to show how big. And he's you start licking it. So you're just have your fist in front of your face. And you're just throwing your head up and down with your tongue out, licking this imaginary ice cream cone. And he's oh, it's melting. You're licking your forearm, trying to get all this imaginary ice cream off your hand.
Did he say what flavor it was? Or
No.
It's just
No. Would that have made a difference?
I don't know. I might have been more enthusiastic if it was a good flavor, I guess, but...
I think you assumed it was a good flavor. You assumed...
You were going at it it was your favorite flavor.
Alright, fair enough.
I don't think you're... you subconsciously thought, oh, I bought the shittiest flavor of ice cream I could possibly think of. But it tastes so good somehow.
So, I was just going to town on this ice cream?
Everybody was, yeah.
Alright, so it wasn't just me.
And then he puts you all to sleep, and he says you guys are going to be cops. and you're gonna get progressively mad at people laughing, and like you're gonna get madder and madder, and you're gonna try and arrest us as like we keep laughing, and he like wakes you up. He snaps, you all wake up, and we're laughing. You guys are just yelling at us, and he gives like people the mic, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then he gets to you, and you start talking about how you have a pen and notepad, and you're ready to start writing out citations. And he's like, and at one point you just go, "Fuck it, you're all getting tickets." And like you're just so mad at us, and like there's one guy in the front row you're all really mad at,
Yeah.
and you're like, "This motherfucker, you need to shut up," and you're all just yelling at this dude like 10 feet from him, "Shut the fuck up!"
I don't remember a single thing.
And this was like the first time like we made eye contact, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way this isn't real." But then you would just go right back to being the cop, and I was like, "Damn it." Because I thought, like, maybe if you looked at me, you would recognize me and you would snap out of it. But that never actually happened.
I was in deep.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck it, you're all getting tickets.
I don't even know how I would approach that situation
Like-
in my manner. I was just like, "Fuck it! You're all getting tickets!"
You guys were all yelling.
Did, like, he just had the strongest eye contact with this
Yeah,
one
like-
guy? Like, peering into his soul?
Basically. And there was, like, no smiles cracked at all. Like, they were legitimately pissed off at this dude. That they thought, like, this dude was breaking the law.
This dude just committed murder for laughing.
And then the next big one was, he all put you back to sleep, so you're all sitting, and he says you're all going to start battle rapping. But in
Oh,
Chinese...
God. You told me
No,
that...
it was freestyling first.
Okay, you told me this. Well, you didn't tell me this. You sent it into our group chat while I was up there, and he just goes, "OMG, Dylan is rapping in Chinese." So the first thing I ask him whenever I get into the car to drive home is like, "How do I rap in Chinese when I don't know Chinese?" So...
It's probably pretty racist, because there's just a bunch of hing-chong ping-pongs. Like... But then, since he thought you were so good and this other girl was so good, you guys start battle rapping, and you guys were like getting up in each other's faces, like yelling a bunch of hing-chong ping-pongs, ding-dongs. And it's like, you guys understand each other, I guess, because you were very offended at each other when each other were saying to each other.
It's like, damn it, this bitch is bad-mouthing me. But it's the same 3 words over and over and over.
The beat was 50 Cent's, like, "It's Your Birthday" song.
Oh,
And
God.
that was the beat.
It's like Pokemon, like how Pokemon say the same thing over and over, but somehow, like, they know how to communicate between each other. Pikachu!
Next, I'll save the jizz wow to the end.
Oh
But then
my
another
God.
part, he goes down the aisle and he makes each of you a famous person. Like, one person was Prince, one was Madonna, but you you got Michael Jackson,
Oh, fuck.
and you had to dance, talk, and act like Michael Jackson. So he starts playing music, and you start like doing the Thriller dance
Oh, fuck.
on stage, and you start like twerking and stuff. That was pretty good.
What?
Oh, there are 2 hot girls. One of the ones, they started, like, everyone was twerking at one point, and they started twerking, like, together. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I can only
But then
imagine.
when you started doing the Michael Jackson dance, and you got everyone to start dancing with you, but he sat you down, and he goes, "So, Michael, how you feeling?" And you're like, when you talk, you don't talk in your regular voice. You just go like, "Oh, I'm doing, yeah."
Oh, no, I didn't! I did not put on a Michael Jackson voice.
You did.
Oh,
And he
fuck.
goes, so, he's like, "How you feeling?" You're like, "I'm good, it's all good." He's like, "Hey, you wanna he said, you wanna say anything to the children?" And then you just go, "Oh, we don't talk about children." And he puts you.
Oh, my God! That's so wrong.
We don't talk about the
We don't talk about the children.
But
Oh,
hands
God.
down, the highlight of the show is when you guys all sold the product, the Jizzwow. It was, he didn't even describe it to you, he just told you guys what the Jizzwow was, and he was like, just go. And so, the best one was, one of the first ones, so he just goes to this girl, and she says, "Sell the Jizzwow," and she just takes it, rubs her lips, and gives it back and goes, "It sells itself." And sits down. And
That's awesome.
the girl sitting next to you, they're like, "All right, your turn." And she goes, "You know when you're getting with your man and he finishes on your back And he leaves to go get a towel, and you're like, where does he get that towel? You don't know how clean that towel is. Well, with this, that's not a problem.
Oh, God.
And
You'll be saying wow every time.
in typical Dylan fashion, he doesn't go with hooking up with anybody. He goes for, his opening line is, so this is for the fellas. You know when it's 3 in the morning and you're alone and you got time to kill and you don't feel like getting out of bed to get a sock. Well, this is what this is for. He said it's super absorbent. It can even get peanut butter out of a shag carpet.
I did not say that!
I've never heard you say that before, but that was your metaphor.
Oh, God.
The jizz wow.
It's like wiping peanut butter.
You said he could get peanut butter out of it. That's how he gets this
That's so
product.
fucking thick, man.
That's some thick shit.
I think you need to go to the doctor if that's what you would use your jizz well for. It shouldn't be that thick.
How do you start the visit off? I think I have a problem. What's what?
I ejaculate peanut butter.
Have you heard of
It's as
the?
thick as peanut butter, man. It's like marshmallow cream.
What's the problem? Have you heard of the jizz well? Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, so I don't know what the fuck any of that happened. So I'm waiting on this. I bought the DVD. It should be at my house in like a week or so, and I think we're gonna have like a viewing party for this because from what I just heard, I have never done any of that stuff in my life. I don't remember anything that happened that night. And like
You were so straight-faced the entire time.
Like the first, like the second I got off the stage, Spencer just runs up to me, grabs my shirt, and just goes, "Holy shit! Do you remember anything?" I'm like, "No, I don't."
It's 420. Hashtag blaze it.
The only thing I remember is go to sleep at the very beginning. Like I said, I went to sleep, and then I remember, let's give a round of applause for our volunteers. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on the stage. What did I do? Because, like, in the ride home, I had asked him so many questions, and he'd just laugh, slap my dashboard, and then just be quiet.
It was probably the hardest I've laughed in my entire life.
Did I only do the Thriller thing for Michael Jackson? I really hope so. I didn't do anything else other than that.
Like, you mean he danced for a while, but then like he had everybody twerk and dance. But like that was probably it. I don't remember any other dancing things.
Okay, because I can't dance.
Oh, at one point you were the Village People, right? And you did like the YMCA dance, I think. That's why you had your arms up in that one picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there were some pictures that alluded to what I did, but other than that, like there's this one picture I'm just sitting. I think this is at the very beginning. And, like, I legitimately look like someone just killed my dog. Like, I'm so pissed off sitting in my chair on the stage.
That's right before, when you were sitting getting mad that he was talking about the cop thing.
Oh, that's right before the cop?
Getting you psyched up, yeah.
I was so pissed off.
I've never seen that look on your face, too. Like, you started getting, like a Billy Idol, like, lip quiver, and you're like, you were like a dog that was, like, growling.
Dear God. But yeah, that girl, though, she was really hot. But she was probably like 26 or 27.
I mean, she was there alone, though, so you blew your chance.
Yeah, I guess.
You just had to get hypnotized.
One thing I do remember while we were at the end, everybody was awake and out of the hypnosis state. And the guy goes, do any of you have a significant other in the audience? And this guy goes, yeah, I have a girlfriend. And he goes up to her. He goes up to him and just starts shaking his hand, and like puts him into a trance, and then tells the audience, now, see.
Whenever your wife says Long John Silver's, you become immediately turned on, and you cannot do anything but have sleep with your wife.
And every time.
Oh, and whenever someone shakes your hand, too.
Yeah, whenever someone shakes your hand, you get a rock hard boner. And you can't help it. So he wakes him up and just starts immediately shaking his hand and just like saying how much do you like seafood? Oh yeah, you like seafood? Okay, yeah. And then you'll have a great time just shaking his hand for like 15 seconds. And as we're walking off the stage, everybody possible was shaking his hand.
Oh, I shook his hand so fast. I was so excited.
Oh God. it's definitely something that we'll have to go and do again. Hopefully we can get Spencer deeper into it. Because the lady said that he was like 10 minutes in.
I don't believe it.
But he didn't completely like fall under hypnosis, which sucks because I bought him the tickets and wanted him to do it. But I guess it turned out for a good present since he laughed so hard at me and all of my exploits. But the guy's name is Rich Guzzi. He goes on tour all across the country. Tickets at our place was only $10, $15, but highly recommend that anybody to go see his show if he's in your town. It is a fantastic time, apparently. And from what I heard, it is amazing.
Reed, would you go?
Yeah, I would totally go.
Do you think you'd get hypnotized?
Maybe. I feel like with the cop thing, I would actually start yelling like legitimate statutes of people that violate it. You violate United States Federal Code 18 blah 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 blah. And just, like some people be like, oh damn, this guy.
Is this a real cop?
The fuck?
But, like, the thing was, I was at my post-prom. We had a hypnotist, and I was hypnotized there one year. So I guess since
you're just good at being taken advantage of.
Oh, okay. But I guess with me being already exposed to being hypnotized once helped with me not doing it again. With me doing it again and not remembering anything. But he said that after like 15 minutes of hypnosis is like 2 hours of sleep. And like I legit felt like I slept for 2 days after I woke up. Because we were out for like 45 minutes or so. Like, I woke up and I felt so rested. I felt great. I felt like I smoked like 4 blunts and then took a nap and then ate some Taco Bell and then I was like good to go for the rest of my life.
That is one thing I can attest to. It's just the one thing that there's 2 things that Dylan kept telling me. He looked me dead in the eye and goes, I don't remember a damn thing that would happen, but Spencer keeps telling me I did all this crazy stuff. But I don't remember it, but I feel so like awake and energized. I feel great.
Did you feel like more confident and like did you sleep better after that? Like,
that first night I felt I slept so good. Like I went to bed at like 10:30.
Because at the very end when you guys were all out, you started saying like you're gonna be better at everything. You're gonna not procrastinate. You're gonna sleep.
No, I still procrastinate.
Well, that part's a lie.
But no, he said you're gonna sleep better. And I went to bed at like 10:30 on a Saturday night, and I woke up at like 11 the next day. I slept all the way through. I didn't wake up once. It just felt amazing.
See, I need that.
I
woke up at 2 in the morning again.
I think
I wake up every day at 2 in the morning.
With the will as strong as Dylan's to procrastinate, I think it's going to take a lot more than just like one hypnosis.
It's going to take like 4 in a row.
It's going to take like 4 hypnotists. It's going to be like
an hour-long session of hypnosis, 15-minute break. Another hour-long session before I finally break the procrastination.
Like 4 hypnotists, a group of like 15 scientists.
I mean, procrastination is just a challenge. Like, you can't write this paper all the night before. It's like, oh, you question my ability? I'll write that 7-page paper in an hour.
Watch me.
But no, like, he said there's also, like, for like $100 package, you got the DVD and like 12 empowering, like, like hypnosis CDs to, like, help you do better at work, help you sleep better, perform better in bed.
Well, I guess you'll never know.
Nailed it.
Like, sleep better, perform better, not procrastinate, feel more energized, and all this stuff. And I was like, it's not.
One of them was like get more money. I was like, I don't understand how you could be hypnotized and just magically start making more money. Like, what are you gonna do? All of a sudden, then I'd be like, oh, I have 10 grand now.
During your hypnotic state, you just like went out and
just
made a product, and everyone just wants it.
And
you're
you
like,
wake up, you're like, what is this? And then you look at your bank account. Oh, I did this. But hopefully this DVD comes in soon. I gotta go home and pick it up. I told my parents that he's going to the comedy club at my place, like down in our town, and I was like, hey, you want to get hypnotized? I was like, Dad, this will help. This will like completely stop your smoking habits. He goes, fuck that. I don't want that. I don't want to be hypnotized. I don't know what they're going to do to me up there. They might drug you. They might fuck with you. Like, literally. And I was like, no, Dad.
I mean, you never know.
I really hope that's not on the DVD.
I mean, he won't know.
There you go. Yeah, he won't know.
Oh, I can't believe I did all of that.
Wait,
I'm legitimately dumbfounded that I did all of that. Because I don't do that shit.
He has too much power, if you think about it. Like, he can just do that at any moment.
Yeah.
He didn't put any triggers in me that you have to say.
No, I wanted him to put one, because you told him that your roommate was there, and I was hoping if he would, he would, like, tell you something and it would make you, like, clean my room. But he didn't do it. Because that would be ideal. I mean, like, if I could just say, like...
Potato,
and you start cleaning my room. Perfect.
and I wouldn't know what's happening in like 15 minutes. I just black out. And it's
like every other day. Hey Dylan, you want a potato? And he's like, boom! He just starts cleaning everything.
I just have the look of a zombie, and I'm just staring off into space, not blinking, and just cleaning everything. That would be really scary.
But then the real question would be, is if he starts cleaning it like how he would clean his room? Or like, if like in the middle of it, he like asks, like in a hypnosis, Spencer, where are you one of these ago? And then he's like, right over there. Okay.
Hopefully it would be the whole apartment. But...
Yeah, we need to clean our apartment sooner or later. I think there's fire inspections sometime in the next like week or two that they have to come in. And
well, our room's not on fire, so we're fine.
No fires here. Move along.
Oh God. But all right, that was the episode of me being hypnotized. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to be part of the viewing party, I'll make a Facebook group for it, like I did with Harambe's funeral. Hopefully more than 4 people show up for that. That was
Two of them were your roommates.
That was really really sad moment. But
what was sad? The fact your goldfish died,
or only 4 people showed up
to the funeral?
Both. I was both. One made me have mild depression, and then not with nobody showing up for my feelings made me have crippling depression.
Welcome to the club.
So. Thank you, St. Leo, and all my friends here for not caring about my feelings.
I was there. What are you talking about?
I mean, my roommates were here, and
2 of our other
and
friends.
two other friends.
Who was it?
I have like 500 friends on Facebook, and 4 people showed up. That shows the commitment that I have in my Facebook friend group. But yeah, we'll have a viewing party whenever that DVD comes in. We'll probably put it up in like.
Put it up in Selby.
That would be intense. We'll probably do it like the game room or something. I don't know, in apartment 5. It's just free entry. We won't charge anybody. Thank you guys for listening to episode 4 of Just Dudes Being Guys. Don't forget, guys, you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Our Twitter handle is JDBG Podcast. So follow us on there. Send us any questions that you guys would like to have us address on the show. We're on YouTube at Just Dudes Being Guys. iTunes, you can find us by searching Just Dudes Being Guys in the search bar, and our podcast should pop up. And don't forget that Reed and I post on our Facebook when the episodes are live. So comment, like, anything that you need onto our Facebook pages, and we will see you on Monday.